The Oblivion trash can build. So I kind of debated about putting this build out because it's a set carry, it's a wings carry, it's just complete BS. It's everything a magic staff build doesn't want to fight, a shield stacker doesn't want to fight, a DK that's spamming its wings doesn't want to fight. It's a ton of Oblivion damage. In the gameplay, you'll see guys holding blocks, stacking shields, flapping wings, and just not understanding why their health's still melting away. And you can make yours way more survivable and toxic than I made mine, and we'll go over all that. So, welcome to the Oblivion trash can build. The first thing I want to address is the stats. I'm in 5 light and 2 heavy, so the resistances are really low even fully buffed, especially on the physical resistance side. Truth is you can run this in all heavy and barely lose any damage on this build, and I actually highly recommend that you guys do that. The magic recovery is low, but it doesn't really matter because of the amount of heavy restos that we're doing, and we're running some high cost mitigation on our jewelry, so we're going to get about a 10% reduction on all of our skills from that. We have a high stamina pool for a magic build, so we definitely can use our dodge rolls for damage mitigation. Break free, the stamina is going to be there. So let's go ahead and just get right into the skills. Okay, for the skills, we're going to start off with volatile armor. This is actually the first place I would make a change if you're running the heavy build. I would actually end up dropping down and using the immovable. It's going to last longer. It is going to give you the immunity from your knockbacks. Depending on what morph you get, you can increase the duration or reduce the cost of breaking free. Again, with all the heavy armor, you get the extra passives where we're increasing your magic and stamina from those heavy attacks. And again, that's why we wouldn't really be worried about your magic recovery. Next skill, burning embers. This is just for when people getting close to us, get an extra dot on them and some healing. Molten armaments, you definitely want to make sure that this is up at all times. It gives us our major sorcery, but more importantly, it's giving us an extra 40% damage on our fully charged heavy attacks. Then we're going to go Crushing Shock for our interrupt. Flame Reach. Ferocious Leap is what I have on the bar right now. This was my first real DK build, so I was kind of enjoying the leap. I would actually run Meteor in your build. Be a lot better. On back bar, we are using Reflective Plate. Again, get us those immunities for snares, keep the projectiles away from us. Fossilize, go ahead and get our stun. Coagulating Blood for our main heal. Go ahead and run Healing Ward and Dampen Magic. Right now I have Barrier, needs morphed into Reviving Barrier if you're going to run it in group play. If you're going to be solo, then definitely switch it over to the Resto. For our champion points, we start out with 56 into Elfborn, 39 into Spell Erosion, 63 into Staff Expert. Now combine that with our buff for the DK, and our heavy attacks just in those two things are now doing an extra 70% damage. 56 into Master of Arms, 56 into Thaumaturge, Ironclad 56. Now I spec'd out the damage portion for the people doing the heavy armor builds. So we're going to put 12 into spell shield, 55 into resistant, 23, 43, and 43 to get to 10% mitigation for all of those. 11 into heavy armor, and 27 into quick recovery. Then we have 48 into warlord. Again, we're doing a massive amount of heavy attacks, so you're definitely going to want your 43 into siphoner to get the 10% reduction on all their regions. 64 into tenacity for restoring our resources on the fully charged heavies. 64 into arcanist, and 51 into tumbling. Alright, for the gear we are running slodes, which I would have you guys craft it all body pieces heavy. And for both of your staffs, go ahead and make them infused with the Oblivion damage glyphs. We want that 50% cooldown, so we're proccing those every 2 seconds. Valhiscoria, to go ahead and get that extra burst off of all the dots that we're going to have ticking on this build. And then Night Slayer. And actually here you see that it's 9% additional of their max health as Oblivion damage. But if I switch to the back bar, or my front attack bar, it will actually jump up to 10% of their max. So with this, you have the Oblivion damage glyph going off every 2 seconds. Every time you complete the fully charged heavy, you're doing 10% of their max health. Most players are running around 25-30,000 health. You run up against those perma-blocking tanks that, you know, have 50-60,000 health. All that does is increase the damage that your fully charged heavies are doing. We will be running in-pin on all of the gear. Spell damage on one piece of jewelry. Go ahead and run reduction of cost for your spell, and you make sure that that's infused, and then 1 recovery. Alright, we're just running your standard tri-stat food with the Apprentice Mundus Stone for the extra spell damage. And the most important tip, anytime you're running a trash can carry build, make sure you have your character set up in its Embers Regalia armor.
Coming to go of this. Too many years spent slaving with no